different wee sort of setup today, but got a long wee stretch of road to take you down. So let me take you on a wee journey. Kelty Hearts versus Dunfermline Reserves. It's a match that is going to be filled with younger players of a similar ilk to the Civil Service Strollers friendly that I took you to on Friday just past there, before the first team friendly against Hibernian on the Saturday. Obviously, a lot of young boys are going to be involved tonight, and depending on how many of them are actually involved in the friendly could depend on how much of a rout this is for Kelty Hearts, because we all know about their signings they've made this summer and the calibre of most of them, considering the majority of them have come from the SPFL at various different levels. Nathan Austin, for example, came from the Championship, Dylan Easton and Thomas Riley came from Forfar, and they also signed Scott Linton from East Fife and other top talents within Lower League football as well as that. So it's going to be a tough test for any Dunfermline Reserve side tonight, because this time last year the same friendly took place and it was quite a rout for Kelty Hearts on that night as well. So it'll be interesting to see, but hopefully it's a good result for the reserves. It's the last Dunfermline friendly that I'll be at until the competitive games start on Sunday with St Mirren in the Betfred Cup. So it'll be interesting to even see if any first teamers are involved at all tonight, because a lot of them should be involved in that St Mirren game. Even some youngsters involved in the squad, they should be on the bench on Sunday. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in terms of that squad. But in terms of this path that I just took you on, welcome to the Alva Glen. This is where I live, and aye, it's a nice wee area.
You live in the Alva Glen?
Down the road. But now, let's take you to Kelty Hearts Stadium, or just outside it for the team news. Bit later with the team news tonight, but it's certainly more of a reserve looking lineup. Players like Cammy, Gill, Callum Smith, Lewis McCann playing in the team instead of a lot of youngsters that were playing at Civil Service Strollers last Friday, so a bit more competitive it should be at least, but obviously Kelty have a lot of quality on their side, so we'll see how it all goes. It would have been very hard to predict you would have been watching Nathan Austin playing here last season.
I know.
Go on then. Shoot it. Oh! What a goal!
Yes.
Stuart Morrison. Absolute belter for Stuart Morrison there. Unreal strike. 1-0 to Dunfermline Reserves. And then Bowman. Good ball. Oh. Doing well here. Good opening 10 minutes here, so. Obviously there's more older players playing, even though it is still young players, but there's more experience in the team than there was in the Civil Service Strollers friendly, but we're setting up to the task quite well so far. Refs haven't in it. Clear. Just well judged there.
Aye.
If it had been a second difference, would have been a penalty.
I know.
Good tackle. Poor ball. That's why he's at this level of football. You found your level, Austin. Go on then, Callum.
Come on, Callum.
Yes. Good to see Smithy finally finishing a chance like that, because that's the one thing that he's brutal for. He never puts away the chances when you really expect him to, so good to see him put that in the back of the net. Oh, clear. Oh, go on, Lewis. Go on, Lewis. Go on then. Oh, what a goal. running riot here, man. This is easier than I thought it was going to be. Far easier. I'm just... two belter goals, one completely different from the other, but... playing really well. He's going to shoot. No, he's not. Oh, they've somehow not scored. Somehow. Well, I can't imagine Barry Ferguson's too happy with that. I can't say I'm not surprised by that first half. Obviously, they want the team to do well, but I just didn't expect it to be this comfortable at this point in the game. Obviously, second half now starting, we're actually on the attack now. Whoa! And out the stadium, so that's not a highlight. But, no, 3-0. See what the second half's got to offer. Well, it looks like it's starting to rain. I think we'll head up this stand, so that'll be why we've changed seats the next time you see me. Shit ton of young boys coming on, mate. Go on then, Quinn. Oh! Could have went so further in. Kelty Hearts really haven't been at the races for the game today. Like, not impressed with them at all. Literally has been a pre-season workout for them, and I'm just not looking to win the game. And I've just not been impressed at all. I thought the standard of play they had would have made it a good game for them, but no, nothing of the sort. Oh, good clearance. Well, I tell you, what a result that is, eh? Very impressive. Every single reserve player that played tonight can hold their head up high, because I think that was probably one of the best performances I've seen, obviously certainly under Greg Shields, because I've not seen many reserve games since he's came in, but he used to watch the reserves quite religiously, to be fair. He used to go to quite a lot of their games when I could, and I think that's honestly one of the best and most impressive displays that I've seen since watching them in the last couple of seasons, really, because to go up against a side that's got a lot of players that have played in the SPFL or levels above at least in the last 5 or so years, and even as close as last season with players like Nathan Austin, Dylan Easton, Thomas Riley, Scott Linton. There's loads of players there that should easily be above these boys that we had, and honestly it never looked like that for a second tonight, and that's exactly why I'm just giving them as much praise as possible. I didn't expect that tonight. Didn't expect us to be 3-0 up at half time, and by the end of the game have literally some boys on that were born in 2002, no less, playing against grown men and holding their own. Boys like Quinn Coulston up front, who held his own up front on his own against grown men. It's brilliant, and it's exactly what you want to see for the reserves, and I'm pretty sure since speaking to Greg Shields a couple of times at these reserve games, spoke to him before the game today, I'm sure that's exactly what he wants for this squad, just 100% effort, and he knows that these young boys are hungry in that, and that showed tonight, it really did. And 3-0 win, you can't argue with that at all. Outstanding performance and result for the reserves. But aye, that's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, comment down below. Just what do you think of our reserve setup? Obviously, you'll only really be able to answer that if you're a Dunfermline fan, but there will be a lot of you watching, so what do you think of it? And what do you think about the kind of future of these players actually making it into the first team at some point, because that's the aim, obviously. And subscribe for more of this type of content. And until the next video, which will be a video possibly tomorrow. I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.